Okay, so sometimes when I'm looking on the internet, things pop up and then they pop up and pop up again and again and again. And at the moment it's Arla, because there's if you go on TikTok now, all you're seeing is videos about Arla, people pouring bottles of milk down the toilet or down the sink, people listing what products Arla makes and telling you to boycott them and things like this. And as you know, well, hopefully you'll know, I try to be impartial on this channel. I try to give an opinion that's not necessarily weighed in one way or the other. And so I'm going to try and have a look at this and think about what could be the situation going on here. Now, of course, I'm going to show you an article as well, which kind of gives a balanced view of it, but not necessarily. But it's the most balanced view I've found so far, anyway. But anyway, essentially, for those of you who may not have seen it, Arla have been trialling, or are going to trial in the UK, a new additive. And what it does is it reduces the amount of carbon monoxide that the cows produce. And as we know from people that would tell you, cow emissions, shall we say, is one of the highest affecting greenhouse gases in the world. So cows are contributing more to greenhouse gases than anything else. So in a way, in a bid to try and deal with this, created this additive. This was actually a company in Denmark created this additive that reduces by about 30% the methane that the cows produce. A couple of misnomers here. Firstly, although Bill Gates does fund a company which makes a similar drug, this isn't the one that Arla are going to be using. They're going to be using a drug, or an additive, not a drug, an additive used by a Danish company. So it's not going to be Bill Gates' company. But also, I'm going to show you this article so you can take a look through. Okay, so experts have said that Arla Foods Bovaer following alarming claims that milk from Tesco, Morrisons and Aldi is packed with cancer-causing additives. Now, these are some of the pictures from TikTok that you'll see. Anyway, experts have weighed in on the accusations that milk sold in Britain's major supermarkets will soon be contaminated with an additive that's supposedly linked to health issues, including cancer. Shoppers threatened to boycott dairy products like milk butter made by the Danish firm Arla and also sold in Tesco's, Morrisons and Lidl's after the company announced a trial that would involve giving feed additive called Bovaer to the cows. The chemical, which would be introduced into the cattle's food, is designed to reduce the methane they produce in digestion. It's been declared safe additive by both European and UK regulators as it doesn't transfer into milk. However, social media has washed with claims that it can cause fertility issues and cancer. And, you know, there are lots of people, as I say, throwing these milk into the bin. However, it's not, you know, as I say, I'll try and be balanced about this. This doesn't say necessarily that it's completely safe. It just says that it's safe if used in the right way. So, speaking to Mail Online, experts have assured customers that there is likely nothing to worry about. Additives used in farming must undergo rigorous testing by food safety authorities, both in the UK and Europe, in order to be permitted for use. Nutrition expert for the University of Reading. If something is in use by a major brand, you can generally trust that it's perfectly safe for consumption. Rob Hobson, who's a nutritionist, said if Bovaer has been approved by the UK and European regulators, it was safe to assume that the milk from cattle feeder product would be fine to consume. It says they are not allowed to allow something. They're not going to allow something to be used if it's not passed safety standards. The compound Bovaer is made of silicon dioxide, propylene glycol, and an organic compound called 3-nitrooxypropanolol. Try saying that 3 times. But concerns are raised about that last one, which has been shortened to 3-NOP, because of the way that it needs to be handled and the precautions you have to use when you're handling it. The Federal Drug Administration in America reads the product is not for human use. This doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be like that when it's in the cow system. And you are advised to wear protective gear, cover your eyes, mouth and gloves. Claims it causes cancer centre on safety studies that were performed on rats that were assessed by the UK regulator, the Food Standards Agency. This details results of studies given the rodents a high dose of the product suggested it increases the risk of cancer in female rats. However, Follow-up analysis found that the rates of disease were not higher statistically than the control group. In conclusion, the FSA ruled that due to the absence of malignant tumours and genotoxicity, it was concluded that the additive is not carcinogenic at the recommended inclusion rate. And of course, just saying that it's not related to Bill Gates in this particular situation. This appears to have been led to distrust in the ingredient, with social media users cherry-picking information that appears to link Bovaer to health problems. Arla has said that it's completely false and it's misinformation. The respondent on social media, Storman, said the information spreading online surrounding our link to Bill Gates is completely false, because of course they're not. Bovaer manufacturer DSM Firmenich also warned that trials had led to mistruths and misinformation. In a statement, they assured the public that if provided is used as recommended, it never enters into the milk and therefore does not reach consumers if it's used as recommended. And it says it breaks down in the digestive system and quickly decomposes into naturally occurring compounds already present in the rumen of a cow. Now, obviously, there's a lot of information, and if you go online, you're going to see stories saying it's safe, you're going to see stories saying it's not safe, and really, I think there needs to be, I think that the problem here, the whole issue here, is with information. They've done this in a way that isn't going to be publicly known. They probably weren't going to tell the public about this, they're probably just going to do it. The fact that it's now been, not necessarily leaked, but the fact that it's come out makes the public mistrustful, especially of Arla, because they think, well, no one's going to tell us about this. Now, I'm sure there are many other chemicals and additives that are added to milk or to cow feed in different processes that no one knows about. But I think it's the way that this has been dealt with which has caused such an uproar. But let me know down in the comment section what you think. Do you trust what the Food Standards Agency are saying and about the UK trials and the trials in Europe saying that it's safe? Do you trust that? Or do you think that actually there are fewer additives that go into these things, the better? I mean, we are just talking about reducing the methane in the cow's digestive system, so it's not like we're saving their lives or anything. This is just about the methane they produce. But anyway, let me know down in the comment section what you think. I would love to hear your thoughts.